some bad science. Heh.
Oh, man.
Are we going back to you picking a random one out of your list?
Oh, I have
Those
not
are
been
fun.
picking a random one out of my list. I've just been going down the list
Oh.
of headlines. No, we got 4 headlines left, dude. I got 4 more episodes out of this one idea.
I got you. Okay. 4 more?
Yeah.
What about your list on your phone?
It's on my list on my phone. See? You can't see it.
Jacob.
What? I explained this to you in the first episode of this Science News Solved series that we've been doing, where I had written down 7 headlines that I wanted to discuss, and we got through 2 in the first episode, 1 in the second episode, and we're going to do 1 right now.
I thought you were just going to sciencenews.com, right? And just picking one. You put them in your list. .org.
I spent 20 minutes going through the articles and choosing the headlines I thought mattered. Okay? Go back and listen to that episode if you don't remember.
I will. I don't have
Folks.
to. Yes.
Welcome back to Bad Science, the show that emulates what you just saw perfectly.
And we shouldn't have it any other way, I don't think.
And we shouldn't, and I don't want it any other way. This is wonderful.
No. Yeah.
This is the first episode we're recording after my first episode answering a question. I feel like I did a good job.
I think you did.
I feel like I was actually fairly on point with a couple of my points. Not my main ones, but a couple of my sub-points actually kind of resembled the truth. And so I feel pretty accomplished for that, actually not knowing anything about what the real answer was.
And so do mine sometimes. I will hearken back to... Remember when I said the bees, the way that the bees' wings support them is they have little one-way valves?
No, that was ChatGPT agreeing with us. And then I asked it if it was making it up, and it said yes. And then I went, well, then I can't trust anything because I don't know if you made that up or if that was true and you just said yes because I asked you that.
Maybe. It was like, it sounded like a good idea, so I went with it.
Yeah. Man.
Okay, fine.
Well, I forgot to bring up something in the last episode. I forgot to do this, which was to ask you, is there anything new? Anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Oh.
Small talk, as it were. I'm blatantly ripping off this segment from other podcasts that I like that start off with a little short small talk.
My autism is that I don't like small talk. That's why last time I talked about my new mouse.
Which was perfect. And now your small talk has told people you're autistic. So
I don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
I just speculate.
I do too.
Also, my friends
about
speculate
you,
it too.
about me, about my friends, about my wife. Like,
I was gonna say everybody that I talk about that openly to are like, I see that. So
I don't
that
really
was
have
the small talk
either. But
Okay.
I don't really have anything to say either, outside of like, I have a lot of things going on. Part of why I wanted to batch record a little bit is to get ahead.
Yeah.
To keep the audience on their toes and so that we have episodes to go out whenever I am doing things.
Yeah.
Fun things, movie things.
I was gonna say it's about to be that time. The time that we quit doing this last time, we decided to pick up doing it again at the time that we had to quit last time. Which is cool.
I really want to not quit this time. I want us to batch record. I want us to get ahead, and I want to be able to keep going.
Yeah.
So
the other thing is I've been playing a lot of Lies of P lately, and I've gotten pretty far.
You've gotten pretty far. So
I've
are
at
you ready
least
to hate
surpassed.
me?
Yes.
Go ahead. Say that first. Say your thing first, and then I'll tell you why you can hate me.
Okay. I at least passed where you gave up last time, where you were like, I'm done with this. This is stupid. There's no way for me to win it. Which, by the way, I remember where you quit, and you didn't even have to go in there. There's nothing in there for you except death.
I wondered, because I was like, there's not a way out of here, and there's nothing back here.
No, there's not. There's just people there to kill you. And there's not really any good loot in there. There's nothing. So you don't go down there. You leave, and then you go back and you rest at the Grace or whatever you call it, the Stargazer, and then you go up the tunnel with the fiery balls. And then the story
the tunnel
progresses.
with the fiery balls?
The tunnel with the fiery balls. And the story progresses.
That reminds me of a TikTok that I saved about Elden Ring. So, like, I do understand people who play FromSoft games like Elden Ring or Dark Souls or anything like that, and they get fed up because that's how I felt with Lies of P. The reason you should hate me, though, is because Lies of P is one of the free games on PlayStation Plus this month, so I downloaded it. Well, I didn't download it, but I added it to my library because I don't have to pay for it.
You didn't have to pay for it when I had it. You didn't have to do anything. And you still said you weren't going to do anything. You said you were never going to play it again.
If I ever changed that. See, I told you you'd hate me. Now, if I ever change it, see? Oh my gosh, look at this. Folks, look at this. See here? Hatred. I forgot how to end that word.
Loathe entirely.
Yeah.
Hatred. No,
Yeah.
you're right. Friggin'
I added it to my library for free so that if I decide
I can't stand
give it
you.
another shot, it will be there. And then I won't have to pay for it or to ask
talking to
you
me
about it. But let me find that TikTok about Elden Ring real quick.
It's a fun game. Well, Elden Ring is too, but Lies of P is a fun game.
And I honestly think I just didn't resonate with Lies of P like I resonated with Elden Ring, and that's the only reason why. And I was just being
because
stupid.
it's not the same. Yes, I agree with that. It's not the same.
I can.
And you were like,
that.
"This isn't like Elden Ring. This is worse.
It's not.
This is
And
bad.
that made me not
This
like
sucks."
it.
I know, and that's stupid.
But it's okay.
And you said that I was stupid for liking the sounds that it made. I remember you saying.
Did I say
you were
that? Why would I have
about,
said that? I want to know why I said that.
I want to know
I
why
also don't
you
remember
were too
what sounds you're talking
frustrated.
about.
You were too frustrated. But I was saying that I liked the noises in it. I thought that they were really good. And you were like, liking a game for its noises is like, and then you gave an example of something else you thought was stupid. I don't even remember what it was. I was like,
pissed. I was pissed. Well, and like I remember your oldest nephew coming in and watching me die and going, "I think Nana would be better at this game than you." And I was like, "Go away. Your statements don't help, you child."
well, the other day he was watching me play and he was sitting there yelling right here, yelling about how I needed to move and how I needed to hit him and and I was like, "Dude, I cannot do this with you."
Bro.
Do it with you like this, like that.
Yeah.
I cannot do this. You have to
if
stop.
If you do that, I cannot do this.
Exactly. I said, I'm going to stop playing until you leave. And he was like, okay. And so then he quit. But he was sitting there yelling. And I said, no, I'm already stressed out enough. I don't need you stressed out next to me.
Yeah.
So that's what's new.
This whole thing reminded me of this TikTok of this dude playing Elden Ring.
So to understand why people like these games, they're fun!
I can't hear it.
Can't you see how much I'm enjoying myself?
Oh.
Fuck! So to understand why people like these games,
And then he gets hit and he's like,
this game.
yeah.
Well, yeah, when I was playing Elden Ring by myself, whenever I would be waiting for you or something, it was garbanzo beans.
Yeah.
It was ball sacks.
I would. You know what? Not in like the testicle fashion. There's a lot of ball sacks in that game.
There are.
There's a
You're
lot
right.
of just sacks of stuff,
Sacks.
and
of
you have to
stuff.
hit them. They really are.
Yeah.
I think
And I
that
didn't
we should
want
play the
to.
game again because
I would love it, yeah.
I love the base game Elden Ring. Love it.
Yeah, if
One of my
you
most favorite
just know
games
where
ever.
to go.
I will be tattooing something from it on my body at some point. I haven't figured out what yet because I don't know what I want.
No maidens. Maidenless.
Maidenless, yeah, exactly. That's good. That's funny.
Just that.
Anyway,
You want maidenless.
there was our small talk. Our small talk wasn't very small. It lasted a good 9 minutes of
I'm
the
telling you,
recording.
I'm not good at small talk. It's very bad. I'm
No,
very bad
it's-
at it.
No, it was fantastic. It was very good.
Okay.
Are you ready then for the next headline
Yes.
that you must explain? And this one, I can very easily craft the question for you to answer about what's happening in this article, okay?
Okay.
So you're not going to have to find the question in the headline, all right?
Okay.
Like you've kind of had to.
Yeah.
I can make this work. Now, do you remember how I said that you definitely weren't going to like a couple of them?
I thought we did that one.
No.
No.
I said a couple of. Well, no, we did, but
Oh,
that was
okay.
one of the couple of them. Do you
Okay.
remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So,
So this is another
here's the
one.
headline.
Okay.
This killer fungus strikes at sunset.
No.
Here's how. That's the name of the article. This article is about a kind of fungus that gets inside of like bugs and kills them and turns them into zombies. Dana, only at sunset.
No.
Why is it only at sunset? How does
Because
it know
they're
when
fungus.
sunset is?
They don't like the sun.
I should have known that your answer would be so just straightforward, and just because it's fungus and they're stupid and I hate it.
The problem is
No,
they're not
this-
stupid.
This
They're
fungus,
so smart.
it's
They're
not
also
cordyceps.
garbanzo beans.
It is not cordyceps.
It's a different
But
zombie.
it-
You wait. You're telling me I have to be scared of two kinds of zombie fungus?
Yes.
Cordyceps and something else?
Well, not necessarily.
Then
I don't
knows
know
when
that you
it's
have to
only
be afraid of
nighttime?
this. This one does.
Wait.
This one does bugs. But no, not nighttime. Sunset.
Only at suns.
Yeah. It
So at
only,
nighttime?
It strikes at
So for like
sunset.
20
No.
minutes? 20 minutes? It's active? I'm sorry.
Sunset. That shouldn't be hard to grasp and to know the
No.
difference between sunset and nighttime.
So
This
at
should
nighttime,
show the
it
difference
stops?
between our two kinds of episodes, because your episode we just had so much fun, and in my episode we're already arguing again. I just want to
Wait.
point that out. Anyway, I don't think. Remember, I haven't read the article. I don't think that it stops at nighttime. I just think that like it infects the bug and then doesn't. But nothing happens until sunset, and then at sunset it becomes a zombie.
Well, that is what I was saying. But you didn't listen to me. You just got mad whenever I said nighttime.
No, you just asked me if it stopped at nighttime. No, I got mad because sunset and nighttime are
No.
not the same thing. There's so much daylight after sunset in the summer.
Barely. What are you talking about? There's so much daylight after sunset. Jacob, the sun
there
has
is.
set. No matter
Yes, but
what.
there is light
Jacob.
still happening.
Jacob. Always and forever. Okay? The days last long time during summer. The days last short time after summer, right?
I know that.
Okay. So, but when the sun has set, right?
Uh-huh.
The sun set at same rate no matter what, right?
Sure.
The sun set earlier sometimes, the sun set later sometimes, but the sun set at the same rate. So after, I don't even know why I'm
And there's
talking about
daylight.
seasons anymore. But,
There's
please,
still light.
barely. It is
No, but-
dwindling. It is
No, but my point
dying.
Is
It
that
is the
there's still
dying
some,
light.
and it's not night. It is like dusk. We have names for this, and night is not the name for when there's still light outside.
It's coming,
after the
though.
sun has gone down.
The
No,
night
and
is
that's
coming.
fine.
It is imminent. It is
No,
coming
that's fine.
quickly.
That is that. Yes, absolutely. You said at nighttime, and I was like, no, at sunset, because
is-
there is a difference.
Jacob,
and you said
it
that
is
there
so
was a difference.
close. It is negligible.
I don't think so.
Also, wait, maybe this doesn't matter. Maybe this is I concede that this may be a stupid question.
Okay,
But I wonder if it's different when the moon is full.
that's not a
You
stupid
know?
question. That's cool. That's a cool thing to
Because-
think about.
Because yeah, I mean it's maybe I wonder if it has to do with temperature. Probably not. Probably doesn't have to do with temperature. Probably has something to do with UV rays
Okay.
or something. I don't know. I hate spores.
Well, the answer to the way this show works, your answer cannot be I don't know. You have to make one up. So
it can be I don't care though.
no, it can't. Well,
and in
it-
fact it has been. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. I was telling my boss at the bookstore the other day about how half of the episodes that we have recorded have your answer has been I do not care. And I've had to coax out of you a more detailed answer than that.
So what's the question?
The question is why and how does the fungus zombify the bug at only sunset?
But okay, I think this is what I meant.
Not at only sunset. Like why
Yes.
does it wait until sunset to
Say it.
to do it?
Sunset.
Sunset. How does it know it's sunset? And why does it wait for sunset?
Because all living things have sensors of some kind.
I
Right.
thought you were going to say eyes, and I was going to
Have
be
eyes.
like, I don't think all of them have eyes. Like trees and
fact,
plants and stuff.
In fact, I know of some that don't.
like trees and plants and stuff.
And those little lizards that live in caves, they don't have eyes.
They don't? Yeah, sure. I don't know
They
that I
don't
knew
have
about
eyes.
them.
Yeah. There's some little
Well, a
Now I don't
salamander's
know
not
if
a
they're.
lizard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man. And now I'm not sure that they're lizards. Now I'm thinking maybe they're salamanders. Yeah, they're salamanders. Then there are
Salamanders,
several
okay.
species of salamanders. It says are adapted to live in caves and have either reduced or absent eyes. Reduced eyes, poor babies.
So why?
Yeah.
So you're saying
my-
mushrooms have eyes and fungus have
No,
eyes?
no. But they all
No,
have
sensors. Sorry, you said sensors.
sensors. Yes. Yeah. Everything that lives has some sort of sensor, which is
Okay.
why like sunflowers face the sun. Do you ever notice that? And like leaves and stuff, because they're picking up on the UV rays and they're eating the photons.
Right.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's
I
how-
liked the sign language for photosynthesis. I really like the photosynthesis. I really liked that.
That's
That
what
was
it is.
pristine. I was a fan. Anyway,
Right. Yeah. Here's my light source. Yes. So they have UV sensors
okay.
of some kind, and
The fungus.
The fungus.
Okay.
And but it's fungus, so it likes dark and damp, and so at night somehow it crawls in and invades. Not at night. Maybe at night. Here's what I think: they awaken at sunset.
okay.
And so, perchance, they awaken and then they start looking somehow. I don't know how they walk or fly, but they do
The fungus. Yeah.
to something.
Fly. Oh, I mean that just
So some of
implies
them
that they
do fly.
can just. I mean, like sniping butterflies out of the air and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's crazy.
Well, I don't know where these originated from. Probably from some other dead thing. But like the puffing mushroom that's like, yeah, those are
Yeah.
flying spores.
They are. That's true. Well, you won't like this picture when you.
Is this the
When you see
bunny
it.
rabbit?
No.
Is this the rabbit with the tentacles? I hate that picture. Have
What
you
are
seen
you talking
that
about?
picture?
The rabbit with the tentacles. What
Yes,
are you talking about?
There's some kind of
I've
new
never seen
fungus.
that.
I don't want to look at it, but there's this
I've
rabbit that they found, I think, in Canada, and then it came down
Oh my
to
God.
somewhere in the United
that.
States, and
Hate it.
they've been like, I think it's in Colorado, and they've been like, hey, if you see a rabbit with tentacles coming out of its head, don't touch it.
Fascinating.
hate that.
Because my first thought was, ooh, I think I'll poke the tentacle in the rabbit.
You
Oh my God.
better not.
I
With
won't. By the way, I didn't think about this until just now, but my dad is going to send you as many pictures of fungus as possible after he listens to this episode.
You can't see that.
Get our free daily newsletter. That's what I saw. Oh, no, I have seen stuff like that.
That is body horror right there. Speaking
Yes,
of body
it is.
horror,
That's-
so much worse than any horror movie I've
Yeah.
ever seen is that picture of
This
that
is
poor
crazy.
rabbit.
I know. So I don't really mean to do this, but like to bring
How
it
dare
back
you
to
do
Elden
this to
Ring.
me? Yeah,
But,
well,
like-
God,
But
please
there's
do.
a whole group of people in Elden Ring, like in the lore, called the Omen Born. And they have like all these horns and twisty things coming out of them. And like you fight some of them, like the Blood Lord Moog.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
one. And then the guy, he's like the first boss that you fight, Margit. And then you
Yeah.
fight him again. And then later you find out that he's actually like the king. And his name is Jesus. His name is not Jesus.
His name is Jesus.
Excuse me. I got too excited and I smacked the hands that are on my ceiling fan. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I'm going to let the audience think about that. I smacked them and it scared me. But they have.
I've
they just
hidden
have
his
all these
glasses where
horns
they were
here.
the hands have been holding the glasses.
Yeah.
And I hid
He
them
taped
there.
them up there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Omenborn, Elden Ring. Yeah. That's what that reminds me of.
Ugh.
Because there's like these guys. See what I mean?
Yes, I hate it.
And like we had to
if
fight those. That's
if
what that
those are
makes me
just
think
like
of.
part octopus, like if,
No, they're horns. They're not tentacles. They're like solid like bone structure.
that's fine. I'm okay with that. When it's fungus, not okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the boss Moog though, one of his horns is growing into his eyeball. That's why he's blind in one eye, and it's terrible.
Discord censored that, so all I heard was his is growing into his. And I need to know what you said.
Why? I said his horn.
Okay. Okay.
Did it work?
Yes.
Is growing into his eyeball.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know why
is growing
Discord
into
would have
his-
sent that or censored that. I mean, that's terrible.
Discord went. I don't know what he's gonna say, but it's bad. Oh, he's gonna keep saying it.
Yeah.
Said you don't need to hear this.
Of all the things that Discord could censor me saying, I have said so many worse things, and it's not censored it
It's
on
true.
this podcast. In these last few episodes. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's not the rabbit. As far as I can see, it's not. It's only like flies, like specifically flies. Yeah, that it does this too. So like, I don't think we're in danger of having to think about the poor little rabbit. I didn't like
Yeah.
that picture. That makes me so sad.
No, it was
and it makes me
terrible.
think. And I've already brought this up on this podcast of things that I'm afraid of, which was that the whatever parasite was in that praying mantis. Should I show that video? I mean, the listeners won't get anything out of it, but I could show that
I
video.
hate this topic. I can't stand it. I hate
Anyway,
it.
I told you that you would. And I did pick this topic because I knew that you would, but I was
Yeah.
like, she'll have
You
an
and your
answer.
dang father.
I know.
You're just like your father. And I mean that.
Father. You're no good, duck. Yeah.
You're no good duck.
You never be shit.
Yeah. That's what.
Okay, let me answer the question. The question is, what is the question?
The question.
I
The
can't
question
even
is
maintain
why, why and how only at sunset? Like how does it know it's sunset?
Okay.
You were answering that with the sensors.
Yes, so they know because they have sensors, and they know when to poof or whatever they do. I'm assuming that this grows in the bodies of its host, and then
Yep.
somehow it just, or it somehow passes it to the other. Like
Yeah.
a fly goes on a date with another fly, and then the fly that's on the date with the first fly is like, "You don't seem like a normal fly." And he goes, "I'm not a normal fly." And then he has, and then he's like, "Yeah, exactly." And then now she's infected.
I
It's
love
very,
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery.
Okay.
Like you think
That's
it's
Pet
a
Sematary.
normal.
It's also The Last of Us, where the one zombie with the fungus sends out
yeah.
the mouth fungus to the other woman and kisses her with it. And it's,
I don't think I made it. Is that in the
that
first
was in episode 2. That was
that I
at the
saw that.
beginning of season 1.
You asking me to watch that show is actually diabolical. It is,
I don't
so
think
diabolical.
I genuinely don't know that I fully understood what I was asking you to do.
I don't think I've realized that until like recently how much I hate fungus. Like
Yeah.
before, I just
mean-
hated the word spores. Now I
Yeah.
hate everything about it.
Everything about it. Well, like very little of the show actually takes place dealing with the fungus.
Yeah, but it's everywhere.
And in the game, the fungus poofs, and you have to deal with it being in the air. And in the show, they didn't do that because they were like, that makes no sense for a TV show, and we don't know how to do that, right?
That's very
So they
kind
didn't
of
do it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a fly goes on a date with another fly, and that's how it's spread. But also, I think sometimes it poofs, and then it's airborne, and then
Yeah.
it catches other flies. But only
And are you talking about dates?
Only-
Because dates sometimes happen at sunset? And that's why?
if the shoe fits. Yeah. Dates sometimes happen at sunset. I just think about that time, like maybe wait, do we know if the flies are still alive or are they only controlled by fungus?
This says that they're dead. This says
Okay.
okay, I'll read you just the little tagline of the article.
So, like,
this
so
fungus.
This little fungus goes and parks the dead corpse somewhere in the shade, and then like in the morning ish, and then at night it's like time to take it for a ride. Like is that
Said,
how it
I'm
works?
ready to rumble. No, it says that this fungus has an internal clock that controls the timing of flies' deaths. So it doesn't. It's not
internal
saying that
clock.
they kill the fly at sunset and then go park its body somewhere and leave it during the day. Like it says that at sunset is when this thing like kills the fly.
Here's what I'm saying.
Discord
At sunset,
completely cut out your laugh there. I couldn't hear anything. I just saw you
that's
going.
fine. You'll hear it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that at sunset it poofs. It catches a few flies, and then those flies go on dates, and then it just multiplies as much as it can throughout the night, and then when the morning comes,
Okay.
the fun's over.
So
and I
that's
think
the
it has
how.
to go park. It has to go park it somewhere, unless
That's the how.
No, it has to go park it somewhere. You know,
No, it's fine. But why? Why is it sunset that it kills?
because it. I have answered this because fungus doesn't like the sun.
Oh, okay. I
And
forgot that you said that.
Yeah, the fungus. It goes in. That's why I said it goes and parks the corpses somewhere in the shade and in the dark.
Okay, during the day.
Yeah, because it doesn't like
Yeah.
the sun.
And that's the answer you're sticking with.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about this any longer than I have.
Okay, cool.
My first
All right, well,
idea
let me
is
explain to
it.
you then. Let me make you have to think about it for a minute. Wow, there's a picture of a bunch of dead flies in a
No, it's
cup.
okay.
Okay.
I don't need that in my
So,
life. Thank you.
Entomopthora muscae. So,
Disgusting.
it comes from the Greek words meaning insect and destruction, which is hilarious that they called it that. No matter when the fungus infects the fly, it always dies at the same time of day, sunset.
Oh, so the fungus is active during the day. It just kills at sunset.
Apparently. I didn't read the article.
That doesn't
I
make
didn't
any
know that.
sense. Maybe that's just when
Indeed,
its
a sunset
strength
killer.
is, you know. Go ahead.
Okay, the fatal fungi have a built-in kill clock. The fungi just completely, they trash their insect hosts. Here's the picture that comes with the article.
They party and they trash the house.
So the stuff on its butt is like a foam kind of thing. Like it's like bubbles almost. It's
Speaking
like
of
white and
vinegar
fuzzy.
and-
Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're back to vinegar and baking soda. Yeah, exactly, from the last episode. Like the
Okay.
caption of the picture is extremely insensitive. It says, "No, this fungi-infected fly did not just step out of a bubble bath."
It's like
Anyway.
ha 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 ha.
Megan Rosen, the author of this article, got jokes.
Megan,
Did not just step out of
keep
a bubble,
them to
bubble
yourself.
bath.
Dang.
The white, sudsy-looking structures erupting from the insect's back are for launching fungal spores. That's how it. Those are like the
That's the
whatever
poof.
they're called, the fruiting body or whatever it's called that does the poof.
Stop
exactly.
it. Stop it
That's
right
exactly what that is.
now. Shut up.
Yeah.
The fruiting. Shut the.
So that has to mean that the fungus is all throughout the inside of the fly, and because just the fruiting body is what's coming on the outside. Nestled amid the fly's guts, yep, fungal cells multiply and spread to the brain. That's when things get weird. Like a macabre puppeteer, the fungi forces its host to climb to a high spot and glue its mouth parts there.
No. Glue its mouth parts. Megan.
Then, as the sun sets on the last day of its life, the fly's wings lift and it dies.
Who observed this?
Don't know why. Infected
Who has the
insects are
guts?
effectively a sack of fungus at this point.
Disgusting.
Cannon-like structures erupt from the bugs' backs and launch the fungal spores into the environment. No one knew whether the clockwork-like time of death was driven by the fly, the fungus, or both. But this one scientist's team ruled out the fly by testing genetically modified insects in the lab. Some had broken body clocks or weren't able to see certain wavelengths of light, signaling the time of day. Their sensors were all messed up. If flies were driving the time if flies were driving the death timing, these deficits would monkey with their schedule. Freaking Megan writing this article.
Monkey what? Shut the front door.
But
Oh my gosh.
no matter the mutant fly tested, they died at sunset.
Imagine
Are you
being
kidding?
Imagine going, right? Imagine going to some prestigious school, right, for entomology. You're like, I love
Dana?
bugs. No, listen to me.
You were right. I'm listening.
I was right.
Yes.
Anyway,
I'll
you're
tell
a
you how in a
scientist.
second. Go ahead.
You're a scientist little baby, right? You love
Yeah.
entomology. You love bugs. You're all about bugs. You go to bug school, wherever that is.
Yeah.
And you get a
I
master's
don't know
and
where
a
that is, but
doctorate.
yeah.
You go to
I know
Brown.
it's possible, but I
or
don't know where it
whatever.
is.
I don't know if you can go to Brown for entomology, but you go there. And then you get hired by some company. And you love bugs. You love them. And then someone says, hey, do you want to help save the bugs? And you're like, yes, I do want to help save the bugs. And they're like, okay, we're going to send you to study what's killing these bugs. And you're like, okay. And then you witness that. You witness
Yeah.
a blooming body fungus
Yeah.
thing that's just exploding bugs.
Out
Like-
of the ass of a fly.
Exactly. And you're like, I don't want to do this. And they're like, but you have to save the bugs. So now you're stuck in like a chokehold, right? Because you want to save the bugs,
Yeah.
but you don't want to see the exploding fungus. This could ruin lives. This would ruin my
Yeah.
life.
Well, I
Not that I
have
love
ruined your
bugs.
life with it. So I want to give you two answers to this question. The first answer to the question is no, you cannot study entomology at Brown. I looked it up. You can get a degree in biology, but you can't study entomology. You can't specialize in that. It's just biology. Okay. Anyway, but the way that you're right is at this point, this paragraph, this is the last paragraph of the article. At this point, the scientist can't say for sure why this fungus schedules its spore launching extravaganza in the evening, but she has an idea. Also, she's a woman. That timing could help spores, stay cool and moist by avoiding the heat of the day. Once the
Yes.
spores find a fly, they could duck inside its body and begin their dirty work all before the sun comes up. So you were right entirely. I think this is the first episode where you've been perfectly and exactly right.
Imagine going on a date with a bug and you think he's just got a suit on, right?
As
then you get a little
human
closer.
or as a bug.
As a bug. You think
Because
he's
the
got a
Bee
nice
movie was
sweater
about
on.
that.
Right?
The Bee movie
got
was
an-
about going on a date with a bug as a human.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. No. You're a bug and this is a bug. And you think he's got a nice white sweater on. And you get a little closer and you're like,
Yeah.
why are those bubbles not a sweater? And then he's like, here, glue your mouth parts to this.
Yeah. Why?
And you're like, as a not dead bug, you're like,
Yeah. You're like, why
glue
would I
my
do that?
mouth parts. That
See,
should
I
be,
do-
that's the first red flag. No, maybe that's like
do-
the second red flag.
The first red flag is he's covered in bubbles and not a suit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the first red flag.
Yeah.
The second red flag is glue your mouth parts to this.
And the third red flag is when he shoves his bubbles in your mouth
And then they
and
explode.
infects you with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he starts shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Precisely.
You should never shoot on the first date. Not the point. Anyway, I do really want, you can interpret that however you want. You shouldn't do it. I really do want to know a little bit more about the gluing the mouth parts to a high place thing. 'Cause
I
I'm
know,
like, what do
Megan,
you mean?
I don't like
I'm
how
like-
she worded that.
Does the fly
highly against it.
have glue in it and it can just do that? I don't know.
I'm
And
assuming
I don't
that
need to know.
Yeah, I'm assuming that there's just no end to what fungus can do. And fungus can probably become some kind of glue. So there's probably some, what do you call,
No, that
whenever
makes
you
sense that it
plant a
would, like,
garden?
That it
You
would like
plant a garden
mycelium itself
and-
to the branch or whatever.
Yeah. But you plant a garden and you plant tomatoes, right? And among the tomatoes, suddenly you have a pea. One pea that decided to grow.
Well,
And it's
first
called
off,
like a
I've never planted
volunteer.
tomatoes, but all right.
It's called like a
What?
volunteer or a. It's whenever you plant a
Keep
bunch of
bumping into
things,
my light. Yeah.
but there's one seed in there that shouldn't have been there.
And it's
right,
called
it's
a
not a tomato.
volunteer.
It's something like that. It's called. Tanya used it, and she used the word in our Butthole Tomatoes episode of Everything Scares Me.
It's been a few years and 2 more whole children since then.
No, it's true. Yeah. I can't remember what it was called, but it was anyway. It's a plant that isn't supposed to be there, but it's there anyway, just because it was able to thrive for whatever reason, and it was a misplaced seed. Anyway, I feel like there are some volunteer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
So it's a volunteer.
It's volunteer.
I'll accept volunteer now.
Yeah.
I have nothing else.
Volunteer's tribute to grow up and be a nice pea. or something.
Cool. Or whatever makes sense.
Or whatever makes sense. Anyway, I'm sure that there are some volunteer fungal boys that are like, you know what? We can be sticky, and we volunteer to be sticky, and so they go to the lips, and then they reach out their little hands, and then they grab.
I don't like the idea of sticky lips. I hate that so much. Oh, I hate it.
Well,
I hate it.
I said sticky lips, but I was doing
I know
fingers.
What you're saying.
I was doing
sticky
fingers.
mouth parts.
Sticky mouth parts. Yeah.
Fly mouth parts.
Yeah. Like they are on the lips. The fingers, the sticky fingers are on the lips, making them sticky lips. So maybe they lose a few fungus things along the way, but they gain a lot more. Also, there's nothing says that there's a date on this journey, but I think that the date makes sense. I think that if they were going to expand further, they should include, like part of their nightly routine is going and finding a date. I don't want to see what you just saw. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to see it.
So I looked up what a fly's mouth looks like.
I don't want to see it.
And let me just say that it's already terrible. And,
What are those?
and fungus is coming out of the middle of that hole and is attaching itself to a tree or wherever the hell. It didn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
This. I mean, it's literally just it's just a vagina. That's all it is. and it's just a fungus vagina is all that is. And
Stop it right now. Stop it right now.
And it's causing me deep distress. Dana.
Jacob.
It's causing me deep
Stop it
distress.
And shut up.
That's what it is. And it's just attaching itself to a tree forever from its
With its sticky vagina lips. Excuse that, but
I apologize to my neighbors for the laugh that I just
I was
let
about
loose.
to I was about to apologize to all of you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
But you're not
But
wrong from
everything
what
up here
that
is very fuzzy right
means.
now because we're talking about
My
the worst
gosh.
thing possible, in my
I
opinion.
hate the picture that I found.
Me
And
too.
I mean, there's so many on there. I have never seen a fly. It's that thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's this. And it ends in that vagina. And it's terrible. that has fungus coming out of it. Which reminds me, though, that I've been listening to a podcast with a creepypasta where a guy talked about like giant flesh pits and stuff like that and giant cracked flesh pits, and he calls it stuff like that. It's crazy. It's really cool. Anyway.
Like, that's crazy. Giant
So
flesh
it's terrible.
pits.
And I agree with you that it's terrible. And I think we should be able to talk about terrible things on this show because
We
it makes for
can.
good content. And with that, folks, thank you so much for listening or watching. I feel bad for you if you watched this episode of Bad Science. And this is not
I
just
don't
bad
think I'll
science
post
because
those
our
pictures on
science is
Instagram.
bad. It's because it's bad. What?
Yeah. I don't think I'll post those pictures on Instagram. You know, like,
What's
I don't think
funny
I'll
is
compile all of those and then put them on Instagram. I don't think I'll do that.
What's funny is I thought about what we should post on Instagram. I was like, maybe what we should be posting is like a reference image for what happens in the video. And then I was like, oh, the penis worm maybe shouldn't be what we post on Instagram. And then now definitely the sticky fungus vagina is not what we should be posting on
That's not
Instagram
even what
ever.
it is. It's just a fly's mouth. Why gotta be like that?
I know.
This was a doozy. This was a big doozy.
This was a big doozy.
was
We've been recording for 44 minutes.
This was arguably worse than the Night of the Spider. Because at least the spider never came back. This was
Yeah,
the gift
poor
that kept on giving.
Poor Chris that moved into that RV had to deal with it later.
Yeah.
I had to kill a spider right before recording this tonight. On my light, there was one. It was little, but I still killed it. Well, I flicked it, and so maybe it's not.
Flicked it.
Anyway,
done.
folks, thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode. Please leave us a rating on whatever podcast platform you are listening on. Maybe that's a bad idea after this episode. Maybe go listen to other episodes or watch them, and then get a better feeling for this kind of thing. However, I
Yeah.
can promise you that this is how the show goes.
This doesn't get much better.
Follow us on Instagram to not see pictures of penis worms or fly vaginas. And
There's none of that in the one about transportation. Go listen to that one.
yeah, you're right. Give me transportation or give me a lobotomy. And the lobotomy doesn't even happen.
But that's one of my favorite names
know.
that you've used. The title's
That's
gold.
probably
Very
the
good.
best title I've come up with in this whole... I'm extremely proud of Give Me Transportation or Give Me a Lobotomy and a big bowl of spaghetti and butt worms.
Yeah.
I'm extremely proud of that title, too. Anyway, you can check us out on YouTube. The videos for these episodes are there as well. Thank you to all the countries who have been misclicking on this. I'm sorry if this was the episode it happened on. This is good content, though. Let me tell you something.
You'll get it nowhere else, I don't think.
Yeah.
I've never run across something like this.
No.
I listen to a
Science
lot of podcasts.
News.
I look up a
Science
bunch of
News
stuff
isn't talking
to listen
about
to.
this.
No, who would?
Science News isn't talking about it, and
Megan
that's
was
where I
talking
got
about real
this
things.
article.
No, yeah, it's true. Yeah. I have never in my
Goodness.
life run across subjects such as this. And then just two people that are just talking about it however they decide that it should be talked about. I've never run across that. Who would do that?
Oh, man. And yet, some people's scientific existence is devoted to figuring this stuff out.
Yeah.
And with that, remember, folks, even bad science is good science.
Sometimes even if you're just pulling stuff out of your butt, it's right.
Sometimes if you're even just pulling fungus out of a fly's butt. I said butt.
I said butt.
It's good science.
It's good.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Or at least have the best night that you can.
you can, do your best.
This has been a Trick Birds Network production.
Yep. Uh-huh.